off. Their formula cars dig out. They do drop some elevation here, and they want to call for a reset. They want to try to wrap around the outskirts here, because there's definitely going to be a lot of attention up in their eyes.
Alpha Gaming took this opportunity to just swerve into a better location, and they fall back into the same compounds. Zeus was actually scouting all about, and they got caught out by the rest of Cellcom Digital Alliance's presence. And with their current position, they should be able to easily claim that one member out of Team Flash, and that only leaves one more member remaining. Not quite sure where exactly he's currently situated, and look at the rest of pubg Esports, and I finally figured out who M is. He's actually Master. I mean, it took me a while to really put the pieces together. I mean, yep, it's all about these off-season things once again. Naki, oh, he finally pinned down Ease.
So battle pickups once again, though. Going donkeys, they're going to be drawing the pace here in the space. pubg Esports, on the contrary, just holding on towards the top side. Or thrives, though, here on the other side of the map. Going to be spotting over the players of APG, and that is going to be Noki just pressing the players away. But unfortunately for him, no, he doesn't really get the call. There's no one really inside of the smoke, so he's just wasting a lot of his bullets.
I mean, he's just burning those vehicles, right? Just locking them into this shack, and I guess like APG, even if they really want to rotate later on, it's gonna be a very hard ordeal for them to deal with. So, yeah, is it worth expending those bullets? It's a big maybe, because it's still very early. 4 tribes, they are in one of the best locations possible. No matter how the circle shifts, 4 tribes will still belong in it. And true enough, it seems like the ones who are the kingmakers of this round. Talon takes charge of the south, pubg Esports over on the far west, and still undecided onto whether ASD or Netbacks will be able to exert a little bit more control over onto the far locations. But the good news for APG is that they are currently around the center, so as much as they don't have those vehicles, it doesn't matter anymore.
Oh yeah, for sure. This is definitely probably the lowest run that we've had here for Miramar on today's broadcast, and I don't blame them at all. I mean, after all, this is the last and final round. Every team is trying to make the most out of this here so far. And APX, they do come across the players of Aramasi on the other side of the map, but alongside Cedal as well, they're towards the back. And fortunately enough, though, as they are playing around the outskirts, they do have the zone right next towards them, so rotation's not going to be a problem later on in the long run.
Yeah, understandably so. Why the pacing is maybe a little bit slower than the rest is because, first and foremost, we know we started off with nobody really getting the best out of the zone over in the far east. So they kind of need to traverse such a long distance to claim those grounds. And even teams like Sem9, they have to really take like such a wide wrap to finally get to the spacing. And even so, I mean, it's just a little bit hard when you have so much covers as well as all these elevations to deal with. Right now, pubg Esports getting challenged by the rest of Voing Donkey. It takes an Indonesian team to take on another, it seems. While Mastery being very cheeky with his angles, he's going to be the first contact between Raih as well as Zeta. And this time, really has to seek out his position, but they can't afford to really go too far deep.
Well, look at the nade of barrage coming through. Boom, M finds one player caught off guard. Pants down. Looks to get another, but SOFK overpowers him. Now, Voing Donkey Gakora here tries to put himself into the mixture. Pulls it down just a little bit. pubg Esports here. The Punisher. There's going to be down there to the ground. It all has to come down to far. Jar to try to stay alive here for the squad. Finds another big connection there off the S12. The trail down off the nade, able to put him down to half. In my days, this is not really looking good here for either end, and soon enough we get to see a small Talon Esports on the top side.
At least he gets to recover his members while they manage to get one knock. And Voing Donkey still deciding whether to go in for the full flush because they only got a glimpse of who's there and they only punished Mastery on the approach. And look who's over on the outskirts. Talon Esports once in 3 Indonesian teams, making it look like this is the PMSL Indo finals for some reason. And now here comes the push. Zeta finally wants to draw blood.
He's gonna get cooked here. Looking to throw it down. The core hiding behind the car. Finds the nade to connect! Ooh, my days!
Just beautiful!
Just like that, pubg Esports eliminated.
And now they gotta quickly lick their wounds, though. I mean, Talon, they're not too far off, and the nades are falling very quickly. And the rest of the field, they're lying in wait. 4 Tribes is actually not too far off. They could once again third party, and they can do so. And my, this is probably one of the hardest circles to play out. This is the Valley of Doom. Like, nobody should belong over the far right-hand side because it is a massive dip, and it is pretty much within the crosshair of all the teams who are on top of the mountain over on the west.
Not looking good here. Has to come down to precise rotations alongside utilizing the terrain. A lot of these teams late on rotation, holding on to the bottom side, might just feed off the pressure. Or Thrives. I mean, they're chilling here on top of the mountain with nothing too much to worry about here so far. So got 7 seconds left before the circle once again decides to close out on. And it does start to restrict here, Contra.
Yeah, plenty of time and space for them to buy. 4 Tribes, I mean, so long as they are disciplined enough, they should be able to back those points up against those members of Talon. And maybe even more over on the rest of the field. Speaking of Talon Esports, they're already hunting out for that sole member driving on the minibus, and instead, it is the rest of 7-9 catching on to the members of AST. You know, over on the quarters, the Alliance, as much as they're soaking in some of all these shots, it doesn't seem like there's going to be much that they could actually make out of it, while the rest of 7-9 just goes puncturing through the zones. And I'm thinking that Yuhai is just hoping to go in for a wide flank to catch the rest of these members of AST, and he's already digged into that position. This might just be it for 7-9.
Could be it. Definitely. 7-9 here. Maybe off the rotation. Going to avoid the madness now, but Yumika's going to be having this cool, nice overview up against Striber and Massey. So he can definitely provide the lane here for the rest of his team to come and close out the distance. And Nate's going to be coming in to the play. No connection though. Striber and Massey definitely feeling the pressure now. 7-9, a bit of hesitation here for them.
Yep. He's all alone for the moment, and he's just waiting for the rest to also follow suit. But that big drop coming from down under is going to be depleting their resources right now. AST kind of bunch up all together, making the work for Yuhai to be so much easier. But then again, he's not willing to really peek far too wide. And here comes Nepex. They crash the gates, and straight into APG they go.
Coming in, more Doc finds the shot. That is going to be NEPX now going to be eliminated. Alpha Gaming, they still stay alive. Out of that, what lies next here is going to be Tribe Massey here closing it up once more. They got 4 players here. Tribe Massey about to go for the push out up against APG. As we all know, they only got 2 players remaining on their side.
I feel like all these teams are moving towards APG's direction because they were on the desperate attempt to find any form of cover. And speaking of which, Doc already pulled position, and that great gate crash with the monster truck allows the rest of Rig to just drive right through and find a little bit more opening to challenge the rest of APG. Now it's only down to Doc. Can he actually go win that 1-versus-1 duel? And now the zone still favors 4 Tribes.
It surely does. 4 Thrives on the mountain side. The rest of the competition, except for that 1 player Flash, is going to be right there next to them. Cyber Messi though, the clash continues. It does ensues once again. Doc here with an S12. Same goes either on the bottom side. Big ol' spray down. Able to get 1. Looks to get the trade. Looks to get the confirmation. Throws on the molly as well to get the clear angle and get another frag to their name. Shots fired. Able to eat up a few bullets, but still staying alive.
Wow, Doc is just so efficient on his approach. Despite him playing it all alone, he's already brought a total of 6 points back towards the team already. And he's also willing to share the spot with Raih, but just hoping to eventually seek him out. He's losing those angles, but it does not really matter too much. because right now AST, they want to find that position inside the zone. APG, they don't really have the vehicles to actually come forward. Zeta now going on approach. The two members of Fortress waiting for him to arrive, and just like that, gets the double shutdown. Boing Donkey is out.
Donkey out in the mix. We still got 8 more teams to worry about. Now, 4 Thrives. They look to sustain this one through, but losing another player in the process might just bite them down. Now all eyes on the prize here for the side of Tribe, Messi and Sem9. Big old fight, but really great control here so far for Sem9 here on the compound.
Boy, oh boy, Sem9 right now. We'll have to see whether they can actually hold firm. There's only 2 members of ASD approaching. Tops also by the far corner, but I don't think he wants to partake in this one. Those nades now send right through. Yumiko, sitting duck! And just like that, ZOV secures that number, but Raih got caught up in between. And now down to ZOV, he's going
no
for a blood. And oh my word! He just deleted the entirety of the Tigers to M9!
What just happened there? Oh,
unbelievable.
Oh my days.
Absolutely unbelievable. He just rushed through.
Now it continues once again, back and forth action. Talon Esports here up against Telecom Digi Alliance. This team drops down. Talon Esports so far in control on the top side. Next, Axel finds one for himself and takes another player off from the players of 4 Tribes.
A lot of pressure right now from the members of 4 Tribes as Talon right now taking the reign as they are trying to deal with T2K at the same time. Salcon the lines right down the bottom looking for Mimi, while Achilles is also trading right back. So there's multiple teams that they're handling, but Achilles all alone though, he cannot afford to get knocked.
Not at all. Finish on by. Now Cool finds Kasim 99 away. They don't worry about Bobby there on the bottom side. Gonna be one player from the side of T2K here slithering on by, gets a heady connected, but he also gets tagged up as well. Telecom Digital Alliance might be the next squad that might get eliminated off this very wave. Talon Esports on the dominating right, 5-3 to their name. Push on by another casualty, and that will be T2K out. Same old play, and now it's gonna be a 4-way standoff now, with Talon Esports having the complete composition with the rest only having one player to rely on.
Oh, this is just absolutely tense. Talon Esports, they're just defiant in nature. They've been able to just put up solid defenses, and then now comes late game. You saw the 4 stack just bringing through, working side by side every single time, and even confident enough to let Achille to just take cover over the south, and they just absolutely open up all these rooms. And even 4 Tribes, despite them being all around this corner, they had to give way, and now they're only left with 1. So Talon, this game is definitely within grasp.
Yeah, no way in hell. It's the spy on their hands. 4 Thrives. In Flash. Triber and Messi. It's all gonna come down to the timing here. Talon Esports, as you did say, all up in their grasp. Earlier, there was a build-up that Talon Esports could come out with a win. But it didn't really happen. Now it's the perfect time for them to claim this. They're just gonna play their cards right, play the time right after all, to get the map for themselves.
Plenty of all the space for Tops to play it safely right now. He doesn't really have to reveal his location, but Zio, he's always been active over on the far corner. And now Rio spots him out, so this is going to be quite tough for Team Flash to really get out of that rut. Zio, meanwhile, he does have a little bit more of that terrain, but then again, he's not in the zone just yet. He's got the call true, but he's actually challenging Tops right down under. Fortunately for Tops, I mean, that grenade was a little short. And now, how on earth is he supposed to push through? I mean, maybe his other approach is to go down towards the lower ground in order to play this, but he really wants to go in to take out the final member of Tribe.
Wooden, Talon out here closing in. Yep, that should be a player out from the hands of 4 Thrives. Oh, but he gets 1 in the process, though. Should be a confirmation off the kill. No, it doesn't happen. They can get the reset, and now it's just gonna be the only player remaining from the side of Tribe, Aramasi. And that Cool doesn't want to waste time. They got it done. Talon Esports closing out the night with a winner chicken dinner.
This will be the second time that Talon secures it, one for each day. And to end the night strong, they're climbing their way back to the top again. I just love their approach. I mean, you saw what they did. They played it a little bit more safely from Valdemar, and then slowly scale up the hillside, little by little, and then they took over with their full squad strength, overwhelming 4 tribes. And once they are overwhelmed, they kind of took the whole control of this game in this entirety, because everyone from the east side, they were struggling to even try to make their way over on the side of the mountain because of the presence of Talon Esports.
Well, yeah, definitely, man. I mean, we were truly in control right from the get-go, just by looking at how they were able to maneuver around. And you know, quite unfortunate and very fortunate for the side of Talon Esports that they were able to overtake Mountainside there from the hands of 4 Thrives. I honestly thought 4 Thrives would be coming away with that win right there on the round just by looking at the map control. But Talon Esports took the gamble, they took the fight, and the rest was history.
Yep, I couldn't say it any better. I mean, overall, Talon, they really look to be very composed on their execution as well. I think that there was certain instances where if they were mismanaging certain fights, it could actually have been them crumbling instead. We saw like the 3-way Indonesian battle that took place with RRQ and also another team involved as well. And then they just slowly whittled them down. They didn't really have to fully commit. And I think like this approach, a very calculated measure, has definitely benefited Talon Esports in general, where they're just showing off that they still have pretty much great protocols set into place in order to back those wins home. So I guess we said enough.